Hello everyone, Sylvan Bell coming to you live from Oahu. It is April 25th, 2015, 8:59 in the morning, Saturday. Perfect day to talk about what common questions I get from sales managers. And one of the most common questions that I get is, how do I find really good salespeople? Now, you have to think about sales as being sales. So sometimes you have to recruit. And what that means is you're gonna have to sell the company, the industry, the product, or the service that you have to somebody else outside of the industry, right? And so no matter where you live, there's somebody for the most part who wants to live there or wants to get away from somebody wherever they live. So I'm out here on Oahu today. I'm sure there's plenty of people who would love to live here. There's plenty of people who would love to be recruited to come work here in Hawaii, right? The other part of the year I live out in California. There's plenty of people who would love to be recruited to, Sacramento, the Bay Area, San Diego, Los Angeles. There's plenty of people who love to be recruited. So part of it is having a recruiting process. Second thing is in-house training. So let's say that you're in an industry where there's different levels. So like I do a lot in home services. So I train a lot in plumbing, roofing, electrical, heating and air. And a lot of times we could take a technician and then move them up through the ranks and make them a salesperson because they have all the knowledge that it takes to make the sales. And typically they're a better salesperson and they're groomed. Now there's always a challenge anytime that you've taken somebody that has been in sales a lot. And the red flag that I look for is they've been in a lot of different companies in the same industry. So if they work for a year here, and then a year here, and then a year here, and then a year here, and in 5 years they've worked for 5 companies, that's a red flag to me. And it's gonna be a problem because I'm gonna have a tough time training that person. They're gonna say, I went through this guy's process, and this guy's process, and this guy's process, and this guy's process. And the problem with that is they wanna turn that all into like one big giant soup, and it doesn't work that way. It creates a lot of challenges because then they don't know what to do. And then they're like, all right, I'm at the 6th company in 6 years, and I'm gonna give up and I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna work for this company because it sounds like whatever they have is better. So that's the one red flag that I'm gonna give you, is to watch out for the guy who just is company hopping back and forth, hippity hop, hippity hop, hippity hop, because it's gonna be a tough time to train that guy and he's gonna create a lot of problems. So you have outside, like you've got them out of the industry, you've brought somebody up, and then the other thing is to headhunt from other companies. And so, if you know that there's somebody good who's in your industry and you could bring them over, there's typically going to be a cost associated with it. And I know that a lot of companies don't like to give bonuses, but here's the thing, they complain to me, they're like, Scott, where do I find good salespeople? I'm like, well, there's plenty of them in the industry. You just got to go to them and tell them I don't want to give them a bonus. So then they hire these mediocre guys or these guys that suck, and then they don't make sales, and then they come to me and they're like, hey Scott, where do I get more salespeople? I'm like, there's a guy over there, get him to come over. Well, I don't want to give him a bonus. Fine, hire 2 more guys, hire 3 more guys, hire 4 more guys, go through this process again, call me back in 6 months and I'm gonna give you the same answer, okay? So you have a couple of things going on. Outside the industry, bring them up in the industry, recruit from in the industry, and that's where you can get some different salespeople that are gonna be good. And then, take some time, evaluate them, and hey, look, I get it if you don't wanna pay a bonus, but just don't call and complain and say, I don't wanna give a bonus, because it just doesn't make sense, okay? Now, if you could do a small favor for me in the box down below, leave a comment, question, or story. To the right or to the left, there's a subscribe button. Subscribe, then send it out to all your friends via StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, Sylvan Bell. Only Scott Bell with Sylvan Bell. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.